Hey guys, so this video is going to be very much different from the type of video that I normally do on this channel, but I wanted to do something special because today is the day. I've been waiting on this for 2.5 years. Today's the day I am finally getting my Tesla Model 3. So I'm super excited about that. It kind of feels surreal right now. I'll have to be doing feelings check-ins throughout the day and kind of be like, how am I doing right now? Am I hanging on? Am I doing okay? I have a gift for taking joyous moments and turning them into pure anxiety. It's my one true gift. No, so my buddy Nick is coming over. He's gonna actually drive me to the service center. He is bringing another buddy of ours named Kareem. Nick has been instrumental lately with the channel. As soon as I could afford to pay somebody else to help me out with the editing, I brought Nick on board, and he's just been, oh my God, he's been rocking it. He's been doing such a great job. So I'm gonna give him a little bit of airtime, and you guys are gonna get to meet Nick, and we're gonna have some fun. Where are they? It's cutting close to time. And these blinds are dirty. Oh man. So you wanna go say hi to Nick? Go say hi to Nick.
Zoe! Zoe! Hello, baby! Hello, baby!
That's how I greet everybody.
Wee!
So Kareem asked if I'm excited about this car. It feels simultaneously like I'm going to Disney World and being wheeled into surgery. Like it's somewhere between those two because I haven't had a car payment in like 10 years, and this is a hell of a car payment.
It's an awesome car. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it in action.
Have you been in one?
I have been in one. It was snazzy. It was very snazzy.
Yeah, this one's it's basically a computer on wheels. You can't really steal a Tesla. It's not just stealing the car, you gotta hack a computer, basically. Which, I mean, yeah, there are some people that can do that, but...
Maybe people that watch NCIS or something.
Yeah.
Because that's all they do is just hack stuff.
Yeah.
I swear, every time I turn on that show, they're hacking stuff.
Enhance.
Right.
Oh, the enhance.
Enhance.
Crazy.
Let's go sign my life away.
Oh, you're good. So,
Have you seen the, where'd it go? Oh, the BMW i3?
Uh-huh.
That's an electric.
Okay.
And the Leaf, obviously. Yeah, I just brought everything. Is it cool that we have a camera? I'm kind of recording it for you. No? Okay, well.
All right, so park.
I gotta figure out where's the navigation. Okay. Oh, you are unbuckled in the back seat, my friend. All right,
there we go. It's gone.
I need to move. On like a towel to put over this or something. I gotta get used to this gas pedal.
Yeah.
It's not gas, but it has that regenerative braking. So like the second you take it off, like I just pressed the brake.
I'm impressed.
Yeah. This is gonna take a lot of getting used to.
The
When I'm
panoramic
Roof is pretty awesome.
I'm pretty sure you can download a John
All right.
Cleese for that.
Let me just hang on.
Whoa!
In 500 feet, turn left onto Denton.
Next time you do that, you gotta lean over to Nick and say, "Punch it, Chewy."
Elbow right to stay on Denton Drive.
Actually, some stuff like some you can do like custom. So one of the things that my Patreon people got to do was pick the name for the car, and they voted on them. And here's what won. We're getting to name the car. Electro McWheelie Pants. Thanks, guys. So, this is the Tesla Model 3 long-range version. It comes in a couple of different configurations. It comes in a performance model, which is just stupid fast, and it comes in an all-wheel drive model, which is mostly for places with a lot of snow and bad weather and stuff like that. Now, being in Texas, obviously, I don't have to worry about snow, but I do have to worry about getting a very long distance to see family. They live all over the state, so long range it is. Now, when Tesla first launched this car, they did promote it as a $35,000 vehicle. That configuration, that model has not come out yet, so the only version that you can get is this one, which actually starts at $49,000. Going up from there, the performance model gets all the way up into the $78,000 range. I wasn't interested in anything like that. I was interested more in the range, so that's why I went with this one. Some of the options I chose for this were the enhanced autopilot, which added about $5,000. They do offer a full self-driving package, which adds another $3,000 on top of that, but it doesn't actually do the full self-driving just yet. It's sort of a preemptive sort of thing. I decided to just wait on that, and when the car can do it, I might get it. It'll probably be a little bit more than $3,000 later on, but we'll see. The color I went with on this is called Midnight Silver Metallic, and basically I chose it because that's what my last car was. My Jetta was sort of a dark gray kind of color. I like it a lot. I've seen videos and pictures of this. I'm telling you, it just doesn't do it justice to see it only on video. It's just like the depth of the paint. It kind of picks up all these different colors and inflections depending on what direction the light's hitting it and what direction it's turned. I like it a lot. Now for paint colors, Tesla has a free option with black. That's the only one that doesn't cost anything extra. This one costs another $1,500. I also chose to upgrade the wheels. It comes standard with these Aero wheels. I know some people really like them. I just didn't. I was gonna upgrade them at some point anyway, so I decided to go ahead and go with the turbines. I really like these. I like how they look. That added another $1,500 to it. Now when you add all that up and you add the taxes and the delivery fees and then subtract what I put in for the reservation and what I put in for the order and all that kind of stuff, it comes out to around $57,000. Now that is a lot of money for me. I'm really looking forward to a day when maybe I'm not having a panic attack every time I think about the payments that I'm making on it. But what I'm finding is that the people that I talk to, the people that kind of stop and ask me about the car, they all assume it's much more than that. When I tell them what I paid, they're always like, oh, because they kind of assume that when they see a Tesla logo, they think it must be in the $100,000 range or something like that. So what I've started kind of telling people is that it's sort of like a BMW 3 Series, but electric. That's pretty much the same demographic of people that are interested in that kind of car. It's the same price range and it's about the same size, so it's a pretty good comparison. And BMW is definitely a premium vehicle, but it's not like Maserati or Ferrari premium or anything like that. So when people see that and I tell them it's kind of like a BMW 3 Series, I don't know, it kind of brings them back to earth. I think that's a better comparison for it. But the big question, of course, is it worth it? Is it worth the 2 years that I waited to get this car? Is it worth the endless frustrations and delays and delivery and stuff like that? And I have to say, Yeah, it is. I mean, this is something you've heard in a million other Model 3 videos, and I'm just gonna have to repeat it here. It really feels like you're driving the future. It feels like you are driving something that gives you an idea of what cars could be in 10 years from now or something like that. Just the stuff in this thing is sick. I hate myself. Now, I'm not going to go over all the little different details of the car. You can find that in any other Model 3 video, but I am going to tell you what I like and I dislike about it. There are some dislikes. It's not a perfect car, so let's take this car to my garage and I can talk about it there. All right, so I've had this car for a few days now, and the first thing that I wanted to talk about was the delivery experience, because I didn't really get to record it the way I was hoping I would. You know, after all the frustrations that I've had, I really kind of fully expected I would walk in there and find out that it was going to be delayed again or there was going to be some other thing, but it actually went pretty smoothly. They had sent me the paperwork that I needed to sign beforehand. I'd actually gotten it a few days earlier from FedEx, so when I got there was literally one paper to sign just to say that I had taken delivery of the vehicle. And then he kind of walked me through the car. Again, I wish I could have gotten video of that, but they didn't allow that. But no, I mean, in less than an hour, I was out of there. And if the entire experience had been like that, it would have been an amazing experience. But I can't really complain about the actual delivery experience. It was pretty good. So I really wanted to take a few days with the car before I gave like first impressions with it, because I think that the very first impressions that you get of a car are always very skewed because there's so much muscle memory and there's so much feel in driving. So I wanted to take a few days with it, and in that time, there's some things about the car that I definitely love, and there's some things about the car I'm not completely thrilled about. So I said I would be honest about it, so I'm going to be honest about it. Here are the things that I like about the car. Okay, I love the sound system in this car, and I've heard so many other people say the same thing, that they really like the sound system. It's got great sound and all that. It's really unfortunate that you can't get that across in a YouTube video. It's literally impossible to actually get across what the sound is like. But it's actually got an immersive setting on the car, so you can set how immersive you want it to be. And I actually chose the highest immersion. There's a great bass level to it from the back, and you can set in the settings exactly where you want the center to be. You know, if you want to center it on any corner of the car, if you want to center it right in the middle, if you want to center it right on your driver's seat, you can do that. And speaking of seats, there's a setting you can open up under climate control that can allow you to actually pick every single seat in the car to heat up that seat. And you've got 3 different levels of heating for each seat. So you could, even the back seat middle hump is heated, and you can heat that up. The easy entry function might be my favorite thing in this car. What it basically is you can go in, and first of all, when you get in the car, you set up you move the seat, you move the mirrors everywhere, the steering wheel, you got it where you want it to be. You can set your driver profile so that it will always be there. That alone is amazing, but it's also got this easy entry function. So you can basically set everything where you want it to be when you get in the car so that it's easiest to get in. And then once you press on the brake, and get ready to go somewhere, everything moves into place for you. It's like sitting in the Batmobile. It's awesome. I hate this dog. I hate this dog. 10 years I've lived here, I've never been able to go in the backyard without getting a dog barking at me. So the all-glass roof, I really like the all-glass roof. You don't really get to experience it that much when you're driving, obviously, because you're not driving like this. That would be a horrible thing to do. But sometimes you'll pull up at a stop sign or a stoplight or just be parked somewhere, and you'll look up and you see clouds, and it's just like, wow, that's amazing. And I will say that people who get in the car for the first time, that's the first thing they notice is like, oh my God, it's got no roof. So it's got a great wow factor to it when people get in the car. I love that the car can automatically open my garage door when I pull into my driveway. I know that's not something unique to this car. I know that's something that many other cars have done over the years, but I've never had a car that could do that. So I still have that muscle memory of when I pull into the driveway, I do this thing to hit the garage door opener, but I don't need to. The car automatically does it for me. Also, being in Texas, the ability to cool off the car before I get into it is awesome. And it actually works really fast. I think the other day it said the interior temperature was 100 degrees and it got down to 81 in like 3 minutes, something like that. It got cool really fast. I was really shocked by it. But I don't know how I ever lived without it. One thing that I've always hated about living in Texas is like getting in the car and going somewhere means you got to take a shower when you get home because it's just, you're that sweaty and it's that hot. But, and the mosquitoes too. The little knobs on the steering wheel, I love how multifunctional they are. I love being able to control my radio with the knobs on the steering wheel. Again, many cars have been able to do that for many years, but I've never had one that could do it. It's especially useful considering that everything is done through a screen. I've had a few times when I was driving and I started to kind of veer into another lane because I was trying to figure out something on a screen. To be able to do as much as possible with these two knobs on the steering wheel makes everything so much easier. Obviously the navigation is awesome, it works great. Having that big map right there on the screen is amazing. It's always there, it's always on. That's awesome. I also love on the display how it shows where it can see all the other cars around me. The fact that it can actually see the car ahead of the car in front of me is kind of remarkable. It's actually able to see things that I can't see. The design and the style of the operating system on the screen is beautiful, it's clean, it's modern. I had spent a little bit of time in a Model S and I always thought that the design of that screen looked very old and kind of ugly. I never really quite liked it, but the design on this one it's nice. And I was actually surprised. I think it's a little bit wider than my Jetta because it's a pretty tight fit getting into the garage. And the sensors just go bonkers. As soon as I pull into the garage, they start telling me to stop and they're beeping at me and they're going crazy. I think the first time I pulled in the garage, I almost had a panic attack because it was just like screaming at me to turn around, don't do this. Okay, so here's for the honesty part. Here's the stuff about the car that I'm not really a big fan of. The biggest problem that I've had so far with this car is the phone key. So one little thing about the car is that you basically use your phone, your smartphone, as the key to the car. And the idea is as soon as you walk up to it, the Bluetooth kicks in and the door unlocks and you just walk right in. I have had other people, other friends of mine that have this car that have said they've never had a problem with this, but one particular day we went out and did some errands and I think 3 out of 4 times it didn't work. Actually, I had to get out the phone and go into the app and unlock the car with the app. That's really inconvenient. You gotta pull out the phone, open up the app, do the whole thing. That's not how it's supposed to work. It's not the worst problem in the world. You still just walk up, you put your little phone there, the car opens and you're good. But it would be better if it worked all the time the way it's supposed to, obviously. That's something I'm still trying to figure out. Now, of course, everybody talks about fit and finish issues with the Model 3. Obviously, they were in production hell and they were rushing these things out, and you're hearing all these stories about panel gaps. So now, I've never thought about panel gaps before, and to the point that I don't know what's a good panel gap and what's a bad panel gap. Like, I don't know what to look for here. But I will say nothing stood out, because I'd heard so much about panel gaps that I had to go look for it. So I started looking around the car. I'm not seeing any place that really jumps out like, wow, it's really close over here and it's really far apart over here. I haven't seen anything like that. Panel gaps are fine. Now there are a few places that seem to be a little bit rushed. There's the lining on the trunk has a little warp in it. I don't know what that's all about. There's a little piece of plastic, like plastic film, that's coming out from underneath the door on the driver's side. And I know this is super picky. There's a little place on the chrome trim along the top where they kind of join two pieces, and it just kind of looks cheap. It just looks like they just kind of like stuck them together. And in the back floor mats, there's a little bit of a warp. There's a little bit of a wrinkle in it. These are things that do not matter. They don't matter to me at all. They're things that I wouldn't have even noticed if I hadn't been really looking for them because I'm doing a video about it. And it's not something that affects the way the car drives or the way it functions or anything. The view through the rear view mirror is not great. It actually, I think there's like a rise in the back of the car around the top of the back seat. And when you look in the rear view mirror, all you really see is like the top of someone's head or like the very top of the car. You actually don't see very much of the car at all. And that also creates a blind spot in the back right side of the car, the back passenger side. So I really like the AC. I like the way it's so directional. You can move it wherever you want it to be. But I will say I've had a lot of trouble getting it set up just the way I want. You know what? I haven't touched the vents in my Jetta for years. Like, you get it set up and then you just leave it there. But in this car, I will say it's taken me a really long time to figure out exactly where I want it to be. I feel like I'm always adjusting it and trying to get it just right. And it also seems to be a little inconsistent, depending on how fast I'm driving, whether I'm sitting still. Now, obviously, if you have an electric car, one of the things you need to think about is how you're gonna charge that car. Now, luckily, I have a garage that is not full of junk. I actually park my cars in here. Because of that, I can charge here at home, which is a huge advantage. So what I've got set up right now is not ultimately what I wanna do. Tesla does sell charging stations that you can put up in your home. I will eventually get one of those. I'm kind of trying to save some money right now, so I thought I would just try it using a regular outlet and see if it works. And I can tell you, so far it's not been a problem. I mean, it does take a very long time. It only charges about 5 miles per hour of charge right now, but you know, I'm not driving it a whole lot right now. I'm not taking any long trips. I work from home. So all the time that I'm home and all the time that I'm sleeping, I can just leave my car plugged in and I wake up in the morning with a full charge. So it's been working out fine so far. A 110 wall outlet like you would see in any room of the house. And I've got a cable, an extension cord that wraps all around over here. And I've got it plugged into my Tesla wall charger right there. So yeah, it's on the floor. And then that wall charger, I've just got it going up and over on these hooks across the thing, across the garage, and then it comes down here, and I've got the charger hanging right there. Now, one thing about this car that seems to be really popular is people love to modify it. There's a lot of Model 3 mods out there. Mod 03. The one thing I will want to do, and the only reason I haven't done it immediately is just because of money, but I'm going to put a PPF on there, paint protection film, and I might get the satin finish so it would actually have a little bit of a sheen to it. But I definitely want to do that because I want to keep this car clean. I want to keep the paint as pristine as possible for as long as possible. I'll probably get some new floor mats at some point just because the ones that are in there just kind of like that regular cloth thing, and I think I like the rubber mats a little bit better. Hopefully the key thing will get resolved, if not by me, eventually by Tesla. I was told that their service center is able to actually correct a lot of stuff like that over the air. That's really the only glitch about the car that has really bothered me. Now, viewers of this channel, I don't want you to freak out too much. I don't want you to worry. This is not going to become a Tesla channel. This is just something that I wanted to do because so many people were asking me about it. I might do a follow-up video in 6 months or so, just kind of let you know how things are going with it. If I run into any issues or something, I might, talk about that a little bit. But if you want to follow my journey with this car, I will be doing a lot more videos about it on my second channel, my TMI channel, which I'll put a link down below. You can go there. Also, if you're just interested in Tesla and if you're interested in hearing mine and other people's journeys through the EV landscape, then you can check out the podcast that I just started with Tim Dodd, the Everyday Astronaut, and Ben Sullins from Teslanomics. It's called Our Ludicrous Future. You can go to ourludicrousfuture.com. But it's a podcast where we get together once a week and we talk about all the exciting stuff that's going on with EVs and space travel and just all the cool future stuff that we all love to talk about on this channel. So if you haven't checked that out, please go check that out. Well, that's what I've got about the car right now. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Feel free to ask any questions that you have in the comments. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. And I want to thank everybody who's given me well wishes and congrats on getting the car and for supporting me in this endeavor and everything. That's been really cool. I appreciate you guys. If you haven't followed this channel, if you're not familiar with it, then you can go look at some of my other videos. And if you like those, please do hit subscribe. And I'll be doing videos like this every Thursday and usually every Monday. That's my big bread and butter. All right, for now, you guys have a good one. Have a great rest of the week, and I will see you next week. Love you guys. Take care.